I know how to troll. Okay, I come from the fucking era of Halo 2 lobbies and fucking in the
Call
first
of
Modern
Duty.
Warfare. I played the first Call of Duty. You can't
Hey, bro.
fucking out troll me, bro.
OG Xbox Live.
Yeah,
It don't
bro.
get
Like,
no more real than that.
nah, bro. Don't
All
try
right.
it.
All right, gentlemen. Welcome to Talk the Walk. I'm DT Elam,
What's
along
up?
with Bacon and Grits and a host of others here. We have the Burger Man, Yusuf Q, Grumpy. We have Aymani from Sunday's Undercard. And we have, of course, none other than Estevan the Blender joining us today as a special guest. We have some topics to cover here, folks. Bacon, I'm real excited. What do you think?
I'm excited too. I will say that I was partially sick this past weekend, so I got to only tune into like maybe a few portions of the fight event, but I heard it was pretty good overall. There were some mixed emotions I heard about the ending fight, but we'll jump to that when we get there. But yeah, the topics what we have today are definitely going to be exciting. I'm ready for it.
All right. The event did end with some drama and controversy. And actually we are lucky here today to have, the undercard. Imani was in Crooks camp, was his personal choice against the fight with I believe Black Rob.
Hmm.
So we'll get to speak to him in a moment about that event and how it was being the co-main. Um, so on the event, we ended up getting Crooks the Great winning that fight. Um, with our panel here, guys, what do we feel about that fight? What do we take away from it? What did it do for the community? Let's
Crooks
go
did
with
a great job.
From my understanding, he played his game well. He stuck to his game plan. He did not come forward simply just because he wanted to use the range, use his movement, use his jab, and he did everything he was supposed to do. I know not everyone is a big fan of the style that he used. I know from my understanding that Duce, came looking for like a not a brawl, but like a good fight. But he had to do some running or some chasing rather, and there was some mixed emotions about that. So it's tough to say. I think Deuce did good, but so did Crooks. To give him his just dues personally. That's my opinion on the matter.
Estevan.
Like,
Interesting reaction.
yeah,
I'd love to
yeah,
know how
yeah.
you felt
I,
about the event.
I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Personally, because I looked at the fight, I wouldn't call it. Like I said, there's a difference between running and back foot fighting. Crooks definitely back foot fought. It was in and out a lot. It was good. That was the difference between and Duce and Crooks. Crooks had footwork. Crooks did very well. Crooks had footwork.
Mhm.
I gotta train Duce a little bit because Duce didn't fight him like how he usually fights me. It was like when Duce fights me, he knows what's up and he's a dog. So like, it feel me like I was like, all right, he just if Duce used a little bit more footwork, I think he would have beat him. Cause like they both got knockdowns. Both got knockdowns. So like it was dead even. To be honest, it was a dead even fight. Crooks just had the footwork, and that's what brought him through. That's what got him to win.
Grumpy, how did we feel about this event and the outcome, of course?
Hey, I think it was a good fight. There's some controversy. Personally, I didn't see any running with it. And my take on the overall way the fight played out is, Deuce had said it himself that he had put in, probably close to 100 fights over the last week with everybody and anybody of the, Undisputed community. And I thought that, that struck me really odd because usually that's not the case when you're training for a real fight or, as you know, from league play, an online event. So, and then Crooks, sat there and watched, you know, video footage of Duce of all the time he plays with Bud, knew exactly what he was going to look for. And that's exactly how Duce come in. And that's, Crooks' entire training camp was based around Duce fighting like that. And you know what I mean? He just had the perfect game plan. It was a good fight. But in the end, I think the training camp is what made a huge difference in that fight.
If I could chime in one more time, I did like the controversy because like that's right up my alley. I love the shit talk. I love that shit. So like I think that's good for the community. You feel me? Because it builds character. I love the fucking fireworks. This ain't fucking kumbaya all the fucking time, bro. It's a 1v1 PV game. Okay? A 1v1 PvP game. Either I whip your ass and you suck, or you whip my ass and I suck. That's what straight up and down. I liked the fight. I did like the fight. I was very entertained. All in all, great fight by both players. You feel me? Great. Like they both got knockdowns. It's a dead end fight. Shit. What can you even say? Like it was a great freaking fight. I think Duce needs to go back to the lab, just work on his footwork. That's it. Cause like to be honest, if it wasn't for Crooks doing his footwork and whatnot, if Duce would have done a little bit more footwork, I think he would have beat him. Great
Yeah.
fight though.
I'm interested instead of the Burger Man's take on this. How do
Crooks,
you feel? Do you,
Crooks was a surgeon that night. Crooks did everything. I swear. I mean, I'm not. Listen, Deuce can play. I've seen him play. He gets busy.
Hmm?
Like, when you fight a guy who's on the back foot, and it's hard to catch people like that.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for that type of style, and it showed. I mean, he tried to get poised, and he got a knockdown, but he couldn't capitalize after that. He just got picked apart. But I don't think there's no shame in that. I'll say, listen, you beat me, and hopefully I get another shake. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that, bro. Yeah, yeah. Good take.
Let's say, Amani, what's your take on everything?
Hey everybody, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Crooks came in with a great game plan. He knew that Deuce was gonna get aggressive and look to press the fight, and he just looked for his counter opportunities. His in and out movement was on par, as he said. He said he was not gonna be there for Deuce to hit, and that's the game plan that he executed to perfection. I mean, a lot of the talk was, "Oh, we're gonna see each other in the middle of the ring, and we're gonna square up and see who's better." But at the end of the day, Crooks had a better executed plan, and I had talked to him just before his fight, and I told him like, "Listen, don't press the issue. Look for your opportunities, in and out movement, fish for counters." And that's all you got this all day. So I don't think that even with good footwork and foot movement, I don't think Deuce still wins, because I think that personally, when it comes to Crooks, I think he's the overall more patient fighter in general, and he Deuce played more into his game plan, which is why it was executed so good. And on top of that, to me, uh before the event, Crooks was getting his butt kicked a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I was in his streams, and he wasn't doing the best. And Deuce, he does 300, 200 fights, a day. So sometimes with that, sometimes you overtrain, and sometimes you don't execute your plan as originally had thought. So sometimes it's just a matter of somebody just overtraining, and it just not leading to results.
That is a good point. You definitely want to stick to the training regimen. Overdoing it can lead to more problems. So that's a good point. Speaking of fighting styles and things like that, that would lead us on to the next topic, which I think is probably a big one. And I would think the patch, this current patch that we all received and are currently playing. So I'm sure a lot of you guys probably have a lot to say about this. Let's start with Grumpy. What are your thoughts on our current patch?
Uh, fundamentally broken with the desync. I mean, that's usually the same thing with every patch. I think, it's a step in the right direction. I don't think the desync issue's been addressed at all. I like that the punches count now, that some of the punches hurt, but like we were sort of discussing earlier, it's just a little bit too much. If you're coming off a counter or, anything like that, that's fine. I can see that doing damage, but you're standing there and you just take a straight shot and you're not moving, not doing nothing, and you get put down, it's just a bit much. But I think they can still fine tune that. I don't know if it's a bug or not. I still haven't heard anything about a potential hot fix, which they've usually let us know something by now. But, I guess it is what it is. Hopefully 1.6 will be better.
Yeah, I agree. There were some things that some of us discovered, like some fighters got a noticeable buff or maybe a nerf. Like for instance, Sean Porter, welterweight, he is now an 85. For those who don't know, he wasn't that high before, so that's awesome. Mickey Ward, he got two new perks, which I thought they were gonna talk about like what fighters they were gonna, fine tune, but they didn't actually detail it. So we just kind of have to sift through and remember who got what and things like that. But yeah, I agree. The punches, especially like anytime you can just get dropped. I don't think they detailed that, but I think if they can find a way to fine tune that and maybe add a vulnerability system, I think that would probably solve that issue quite a bit. But who knows what they got going on next? Uh, Burgerman, what's your thoughts on this patch?
I love it. I love it. For me,
Oh, okay. Why do you love it?
I like the regular punches do damage now. I mean,
Okay,
it may be a little too much, but at the same time, before I would land 4 or 5 punches on you, regular punches, and they won't do anything. You know what I mean?
that's true.
It shouldn't be. It's got to be a balance. So yeah, it's not perfect, but the fact that regular punches do hurt. Now you got it's more to look for, like more to you got to be more defensive now, which I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, I like the flash KOs. I like most of it. You know what I mean? I mean, can they improve on it? Yes. Is it bad? Not to me.
fair play. Like especially with how, like you said, the regular punches are able to just kind of put you down. That keeps people kind of mindful now. I think someone mentioned it before that being defensive is more of a thing. Like people have to pay attention to what they're throwing because sometimes you misstep, you might get caught with something you didn't expect, and that's a round down for you. So, if anything, I could definitely see that being a good thing. It's just, like you said, a little bit of fine tuning would definitely solve that issue.
I have a
Uh,
que- I
yep.
have a question.
Go ahead.
How you feel about the stamina on this patch?
Stamina.
Some people are crying about it. Some people say it's
I
fine.
think, yeah, I don't think nothing changed though. Like that's a
Yeah.
very interesting question because
Yeah.
I don't feel like anything's changed from release on stamina because I know what the stamina was what's supposed to be like. The stamina is supposed we were able to like throw fucking like 8 punch combinations like actual fucking boxers. You feel me? In 12 rounds. We had 12 rounds. We're used to fighting 12 rounds, the people in early access.
Right.
It's very interesting though, but the stamina hasn't changed since release. It hasn't changed a bit,
Hmm.
Now that I
in
think
my
about it,
opinion.
yeah.
That you caught me up. That's a great question though.
I wanted to know
Yeah.
because
That's a great question.
I think it varies on what patch you play. I mean, that's some people say it drains too quickly. Some people say it's fine. I feel like it depends how you play and how you
Yeah,
use it.
that
I mean,
and
Yeah.
that's the answer. It's gonna be a mixed bag because everybody plays like you got people who are gonna like conserve their stamina, and you got people who are just gonna drain themselves to and gas out in the fifth round. So it's just like but I think you just like kind of answered your own question right there.
Mhm.
Definitely, that's a great segue. Yeah,
Yep.
most definitely.
Perspective is a
Yeah,
big part of that.
yeah, that's definitely about his perspective. Yeah, 100%.
DT.
Well, with this new patch, I believe that it has there's just a couple glaring things to me, the knockdowns and stuff. Outside of that, I personally like it. Um, not having a lot of issues, but I am not a hardcore day to day player as far as 10 matches a day or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's more a couple matches every other day. And definitely this patch, I can see it kind of leveling the playing field a little bit, and it does kind of put a gap inside of skill. So I'm not a big fan of that. Uh, but overall, I think it's fine. But I think that we're about to get an even better patch. Um, I mean, coming up soon. I mean, it's inevitable.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, Undisputed is doing a huge event coming up, which brings up our next topic. You know, I believe
Y'all
September
want to know what I
12th.
think about the patch? We go to the next topic.
Yeah.
y'all.
My deepest apologies, Estevan.
Yeah, Esteban. Yeah,
You touched on parts of it, and I grazed over that. My apologies.
Yeah,
well,
Esteban.
Well, let's get your take on it.
all right. Well,
You know Estevan won't stop. So
yeah, yo, bruh. All right, let me tell you. 1.5. It's got good and bad, but overall, to me, it's dog water. And the reason why I fucking say it's dog water is because this is 1.5 happens when all of the people on Reddit, all the people in that fucking Undisputed Discord, and all the people on Steam discussions and every fucking forum complain about the game. It lowered the skill gap to let these people have a shot. Now, don't get me wrong. It forces me to be more of a defensive fighter, and I can get through it. But it's frustrating as hell to play when somebody gets just an undeserved shot for no reason. I can understand the damage buildup in the same place, but like if you just throw a right hand, he just gets dazed for like because you have head health, you have body health, and that shit just like for no reason. It just you get dazed for no reason. It's egregious. It's egregious. That's what happens to like SCI is worried about more people, the casuals playing their game. But they don't give it. It makes it seem like they don't give a damn about the people who are actually good. And it's it that kind of bothers me. It's like a slap in the face. It's like yo, we just spent $20 on DLC from PS5, Xbox, and PC, and you let these noobs they have to get good at the game. Stop giving people a damn crutch. It's horrible, right? It's a PvP game, but everybody comes around. Oh, I can't knock anybody out. They're countering me. They're doing stuff that takes skill, but it's not skill to me because I fucking suck. Like no, like you got to get good. What happened to get good? You know what I mean? And it just pisses you off. Like, I'm gonna get through it, but the silver lining through it is what my boy Burger said. You feel me? Like it's gonna make you a defensive fighter. And to be honest, even though I think it's dog water, it's gonna make me a better player in the long run and in future patches because now I'm seeing things to where I gotta be more careful. Everybody has to. It's dangerous out here. It's fucking dangerous. But like that's what I'm saying. It's like they lowered the skill gap. They got the lower skill play. All right, you feel me? Okay, I hit him in the body. I love tap. It's like the love tap patch. Duce made a great. It's called the love tap patch. He said like you just get a little love tap. Boop, boop. Okay, you're on the ground. Like get the fuck out of here.
Question.
Everybody's sick of that.
I have a question. Does anybody know, does the traits matter in this patch? Yes or no? Or do you feel like,
that's you asking good questions tonight, bro. You ain't missing right now, bro. You ain't missing right now. Like, that's something to think about. I do think on certain fighters the traits really, really work. Mungia, for instance, that motherfucker hits you on any patch. You're liable to go night.
Tarver.
Tarver.
Tarver straights are beautiful.
Beautiful. The straight shooter pad, like that's what I'm saying with George Davey. The straight, like on certain fighters, the traits come out. You're like, okay, all right. But I feel like stuff like tireless doesn't really work, and there's tiers of it. I feel like sometimes it doesn't always work like it's supposed to. Boy, yo, you got me thinking. I'm gonna have to go in the fucking lab
because I was gonna ask you another question. I was gonna damn, I have just train of thought. Just forgot what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
my bad. I talk too much. That's
no. But it was great. It was great that you were saying that. Oh man.
Hey brother, he would have forgot either way. Don't worry about it.
It had something to do with the patch. Damn. Good. Continue.
We'll get it because you asking good questions. You gonna get that shit when you ask
in
it.
the meantime,
yeah.
Aymani, we haven't gotten your take yet. What's your take on everything so far?
This patch is dog water.
There you go. There you go.
I don't care for this patch, and I'm not gonna lie, it seems like the devs put a whole lot of patch notes out for nothing because it just doesn't translate to the game, in my opinion. The desync is heightened. The desync is heightened. The gameplay just doesn't feel responsive. it's just very laggy, a lot of latency. It's just you see these patch notes and it sounds like it's going to be a good patch.
Right.
But then it's like when you play, it's like, what changed? Nothing. So then it's just kind of like, well, okay, are we improving or are we just planning the same steps that we planned yesterday? So it just becomes this thing of like, are devs being completely reliable and transparent when it comes to what they're actually putting in these patch notes, because it's just not showing up on the billboard. And for me personally, when it comes to the Discord, I already know that I'm not liked right now because the devs see me as basically a person who is just either too honest or they just probably see me as a mean character. But the reality is I'm just gonna call it and say it like it is. My thing is I want the game to succeed. But if something is gonna succeed, you have to be transparent when something is not aligning, some the progress is not being made. And for me personally, there is nothing progressive that has been in this patch. It's just basically like, oh, well, we moved to a new patch. But realistically, in my opinion, the biggest change in the game is the DLC, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got banned from that Discord twice. The motherfuckers, like, let me tell you about that fucking Discord. I'm keeping a buck. I hope SCI is listening, because that fucking Discord is the general on the Discord is full of a bunch of fucking noobs. Okay. My story with that shit is I went in there on that same shit that you was on. You feel me? Telling the truth about these motherfuckers. Nobody don't like it because they're all fucking noobs. And I lined every last single one of those fucking regulars in that shit up and knocked them the fuck out, posted the clips, and they kicked me. Like, I beat all of the motherfuckers.
I got the
Them
question.
niggas
now.
are garbage. And I don't know why. That's why I don't fucking like that Discord, because the motherfuckers love to talk about what's this and what's that about the fucking game, but you play the game like this is your first fucking video game. These niggas, like, they walk in this shit like a newborn baby deer, like Bambi, like who can barely walk.
Well, you know,
Motherfuckers is punching air.
Opinions are like sphincters. We all have one. Speaking of, on this last note on this topic, I want to get a quick 1 through 10 rating on this new patch, and we'll go ahead and start with you, Estevan. 1 through 10, what's this new patch?
At best, especially coming from the last patch. So the last patch actually had it good. You feel me? It's the last patch before this, 1.4. The end of 1.4 was probably after release, probably the best it's ever been. They fucked it all up for 1.5, and maybe they'll get it back where it needs to be. But right now, 3 out of 10 at best.
Alrighty.
At
Burger?
best.
For me, it's a 7. But I remember
That's fair. That's fair.
I remember a question now. How do you feel about Sergio Martinez being
Nerfed?
And what I think, the reason why I don't like his nerf, because like let me tell you, the best Sergio Martinez I've ever fought, his name is El Tolo. He don't fucking stream no more. That's the best Sergio Martinez I've ever fought. I missed the challenge of his fast ass fucking hand. Yeah, Sergio Martinez was on crack on this game. Who cares? I liked getting my ass beat by him, because I felt like that made me better. I don't like his nerf. I don't even fucking use Sergio Martinez. I don't like his nerf because I already know that most people the average person who tries Southpaw in this game is ass. Okay? Let's just keep that a buck. There's not a lot of good Southpaw players on this game who can actually roll with Southpaw. And Sergio Martinez gave people that edge. I liked the challenge against him. I never played at him, really, ever. I used to play back in the day with him a little bit, but it was like that. Even though he had some cheesy ass shit, I was like, man, I can fucking dodge this, and I'll feel so good when I knock him out. But like, yeah, Sergio Martinez, I think they should have kept him the way he was.
I agree.
I think they should have kept him the way he was. He was fine. He provided. Sergio Martinez was that one. He was the closest southpaw in this game that I think that they could have gotten to Manny Pacquiao. because that motherfucker was fast. He was just cracked, bro. And I would get pissed off, but I'd be like, But like that's what I'm saying. I fought El Tolo's Sergio Martinez, and like I had no problem with other Sergios, even while he was like the way he was. I had no other problem with any other Sergio because I fought El Tolo. El Tolo was beating my ass with Sergio Martinez. I was like, man, one day I'm gonna figure this motherfucker out. But now now I don't get that fucking child. Sorry, I'm like Goku in it, like here, Oh, I heard you're pretty strong. Goddamn.
Well, moving on.
Yeah.
Grumpy, what would you say 1 to 10? What would you say this new patch has been for you?
Solely based on the fact that they made some type of change. I don't know how I feel about it yet to the southpaw glitch or speed glitch, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm gonna go give it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. And Aymani, how about you? This new patch 1 through 10.
It's a 3.
I mean, a 3 of 10.
Like I can't even lie. Like I said before, the best thing out of this patch is the DLC. So that's basically a -7 points because it could be like maybe like a 7 to 8. But realistically, if we're looking at progression being the statement of where it should be like number wise, it's a 3.
Gotcha. And Bacon, partner, how do you feel? Like a 1 to 10.
1 to 10. Based on everything, I'm giving it an honest answer. I'm gonna probably give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. The DLC was good, but it's as Aymani said, it felt like the things they, were fixing still feels like we have those issues. And then not to mention, I don't know if anyone's felt it, but the Southpaws, they don't feel as strong anymore in terms of their damage. I don't know if that was intended, but they might want to go back and kind of mess with that. But yeah, I'd give it a 5.
They tried to affect the switch hitting, but they ended up affecting all southpaws there. I personally give it probably a 6 out of 10, but I give the DLC an 8 out of 10. So I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10 overall.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot to build on. And I think that we will get something built on that. And there will be a sneak peek on the 12th of September, a huge event, Steel City Interactive W.B.C. event at the HyperX Arena inside Vegas, September 12th, the day before the big fight. And it's going to be huge. There's going to be 10 streamers fighting for an actual W.B.C. belt. It's going to be huge. Definitely going to get a sneak peek on some things that are coming up with Undisputed. So definitely prompt people to keep their eyes peeled for that. If you're able to make it out to Vegas, go ahead and check that out. But real excited to see what happens from that. A battle of 10 streamers for an actual W.B.C. SCI belt.
Because from my understanding as well, I think the tickets are pretty cheap too. I think they're 22, 23 bucks. It's just you getting out there. That's just the hard part, is getting out there and having the time for it. But I'm curious because for them to even mention another update this quick after we just got one, it kind of does beg some questions like, what are they cooking to have another update come out fairly soon after we just. So I'm excited to see what they have going on, and as well as to see how the streamers are I wonder how the streamers are going to handle everything in this current update as well. So is anyone possibly going to make it? I highly doubt it, but I just thought I'd ask. Anyone going to go next week?
I wanted to go. I heard about it, but it was way too short notice for me. Somebody told me about it on Facebook. And I was like, dude, this is going to be in Vegas. But I'm taking that shit if I go. But it was short notice, so they lucked out.
Yeah.
Lucked out.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think SCI, if anything, if they should probably try to work on is I feel like they don't always give like a ton of notice for like big events like this. So maybe if they kind of give people like, they don't know, like maybe 3 weeks up to a month and a half, they'll probably have an even bigger turnout. Stuff like that would really help. But I'm curious to see how this one will go. But other than that, I think we covered most of everything we were going to cover tonight. So DT,
I did want to,
oh, go ahead.
if I can step in on that, I mean,
Yeah.
because I'd like to get some of these other guys a little bit of feedback as far as this event goes, because I mean, this is really the first event that they've done as far as competitive gameplay, as far as that I'm aware of. You know what I mean? And it's at a big venue, and obviously they're going to have fewer problems because it's going to be in-person games as opposed to having to deal with any type of desync. As everybody that knows plays the game, you know, it's totally different game playing offline and online. But you know, I think this is just the beginning, and eventually, you know, for some odd reason, us diehards, we're going to play this game no matter what. I 100% in agreement with Estevan as far as what he said. At the end of the day, it's going to make you a better, more defensive player for the next patch that comes out, because like I said, we're gonna keep playing. We're gonna keep buying DLC because that's just what we do.
Oh, speaking of the DLC, how in the F is Diego Corrales 83? I don't like, bro. What?
I don't see it either.
That was a terrible.
What?
I got nothing for that one. You
You
gotta
got-
talk
like,
Hey,
about
that's
what's
the Floyd
responsible.
Mayweather Diego Corrales. It's
Like,
the 83 right there, bro.
But
What?
we also have to look at the norm, because the
Yeah.
ratings off majority of the boxers is off. So I mean, it's not
Like
surprising
Eric
that it's off
Morales.
with the Corrales.
Like what? Eric Morales is like 80. They slapped him in the face. 85 for 80. Eric Morales.
Some people don't know. The modern folks don't
Excuse
know.
me?
And you know it's crazy. He gets hurt way too easy too.
Yo,
Right?
they did him dirty.
Am I bugging or no?
You're not. You're not bugging. You're not bugging. Eric Morales is way better. He's way better than fucking 85. I'd give him 87 at least. 86 or 87,
I
bro.
remember he beat up a Juice Pacquiao. So
Yo, come on, bro. Like, come on, man.
And that goes back to the norm. The ratings adjuster, they got to do better when it comes to DLC, when it comes to fighter packs, when it comes to the overall, just in general, boxers. They have to do a better job at actually paying attention to who they're putting in the game and what they're implementing stat-wise, attribute-wise, when it comes to each boxer.
Yeah, that's real though. Like Hayo Pataya. Like I didn't even know who that was, but I took a look at it. I'm like, dude, how's this dude 84? How?
That's crazy right
How?
there. Like,
Like,
he is.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that shit. Like it.
And he's about to step up to heavyweight.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like
You know?
what?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and he's the real deal too.
Right.
They got Lawrence Okolie at freaking 80, but he's a fucking demon in that game.
But then you look even when it comes to ratings.
Yeah.
Look at Bivol. Like,
Yeah, yo.
I think he just got
it's
that
not
rating
Bivol.
buffed. Yeah, he just got a buff too.
And he's still, it feels like you're punching underwater whenever you fight.
Yo, that's
It's not the same.
I think the one person who they really got their rating right, and without being biased, because I'm not gonna pick like a main that I have, but I always find myself going back to him in heavyweight. I don't know who like studied this or scanned this for Buster Douglas, but he did a correct job. That motherfucker actually looked at his past fights. They got his jab damn near perfect. I'm saying, like, it's a very compact style. Buster Douglas is, I go ham with Buster Douglas. He's 85 too. Like, I think they did the correct job. That's the one they got correct. If they can start, scanning in people like how they did Buster Douglas, that's the benchmark. That's how you get a fighter right.
And that's probably Tokyo Douglas as well. Because you got to think, like, each one of these fighters, like, are they really giving like their rating on their best or their peak or their prime? Because Nigel Benn, in his peak, he was ridiculous.
He's a legend.
The Ben Barkley fight, like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Legend.
They got Carl Froch right. I think they still got Carl Froch right.
That jab, that mocap jab is real good.
Really good.
The UK fighters got a little bit more love.
Yeah,
They
of
do.
course.
Oh yeah, look at George Davey.
Look at
George Davey.
George Davey.
George
I've been
Davey goes
speaking on it
crazy.
for a long
It was
time.
some of the best
He's
animations in the game.
Always felt good since the beginning. That's why I
Kid
liked him
Galahad.
so much.
Yeah,
Kid Galahad.
Galahad. Yeah, I need Prince Nassim. Just give us Prince Nassim. Come on, dude. You gave us Barrera. Give us Prince. Come on. That's the only dude who I saw attempt a Shoryuken in real life in a boxing match.
Well, the fact that they gave us Kevin Kelly is promising on.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll be able to clash them.
Yeah.
That does bring me to one, I think, topic regarding the fights from like the big collab you guys did on Sunday. Aymani, we meant to touch up on your fight and everything. That was one topic that I think we missed. So let's go ahead and touch up on that. Tell us about how your fight went on Sunday.
It was fun. That's really what I was looking for. I mean, I wasn't really looking to play how I normally do, and that's nothing taken away from Black Rob, because I know Black Rob is one of the better players in this game. So all respect to him, and I even told him, like, listen, you showed up and you showed out. You did your thing. You're a really, really good player. I know I see why you're one of the best. But for me, it was more so just it was just to have some fun. Like, I came in with really the same game plan as Duce. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to, have a fight. And
so I take it Rob won.
Yeah, Rob won. Rob definitely won. Rob definitely won.
That's my boy, JJP Black Rob, boy.
And all due respect to him, like we fought actually about 2 months ago, and I won by 1 point. So realistically, I wasn't playing exactly how I play, but at the same time, there's no excuses taken away from his win. Like, he won fair and square.
Hey,
He's the better guy that night.
Wait. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you beat Black Rob, Black Rob, you got your ass whooped. Oh boy,
it was
boy.
one time.
Look at me, Black Rob. What are you doing?
It was
hey,
one
that
time.
means you
was
pat
2
yourself
months
on the
ago.
back. That motherfucker is good.
Nah, he's definitely one of the best. Like he definitely is one of the best. So all due respect to him. But going into the event, I actually had taken a couple of breaks this patch, because honestly, it's just I haven't really messed with the past 2 patches. It's just not been for me personally. So I've been taking some breaks here and there. So going into the event, I probably wasn't my best, but I definitely wanted to give my best effort going. So it was a all in all good boxing match. He put on a master class. I did the best that I could, and at the end of the day, it was a fun performance. Great night, a great night of events.
Awesome. I'm glad you got to be a part of it, and it sounds like for the most part you had a good time with it, so that's good to hear. So I think that was everything we wanted to cover. DT, did you have anything extra?
Can we talk about the Crawford and Canelo fight, since it's coming soon?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a huge fight coming up.
It's the fight of the century.
We have a 2-time undisputed against another 2-time undisputed. Of course, the same way, but another is 2 division.
Right.
So I mean, my personal pick, I think Canelo is going to pull it off.
Okay.
Like I feel like, because it's going to be so that we haven't had a fight like this in a minute, and I think it's going to be a really good fight. Canelo's got the edge, because Canelo's been super middleweight, and he went up to light heavy. He fought Bivol. I mean, this boy's been at least 168 for how many years?
He knocked out Kovalev.
So Terrence Crawford's just now, he's putting on this weight for the first time. He's putting it on fast. However, he's got that dog in him. I want Crawford to win. You feel me? But I really want to, but fucking Canelo hits like an absolute Mack truck. So it's gonna be interesting to see this shit. You feel me? Like, it's if Crawford wins, he's gonna be for real, top 5 boxers who ever lived. Because nobody, he's gonna be one of those people. Nobody's done what he's done.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is segue to that, because he said something. Manny Pacquiao is not a champion in his eyes. Okay, Manny Pacquiao is done with nobody. He's an 8 division champion. This dude literally beat everyone's ass. I love Bud, but bruh, the only way you can, maybe you need to be the 9th division champion so you can, that can hold a little water. But as far as the fight though, I want Crawford to win, but I think it's either going to go one or two ways. It's going to be Crawford by split decision, or it's going to be unanimous decision by 2 on Canelo. That's literally my take. But if Crawford pulls it off, he pulls it off by either majority or split decision.
I'm gonna say he's gonna stop Canelo.
Really?
The only reason why I say that, he fought Jeff Horn, who comes forward and very reckless. I'm not saying Jeff Horn is the likes of Canelo, but that forward style, he's ready for that type of style.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
But look, he fought Sean Porter and he
Yeah.
knocked out Sean Porter. If you try to press on Bud, he's gonna light your ass on fire. And I believe he's gonna be too fast, too slick, and he's gonna make him look like Mayweather, like how Mayweather fought Canelo, like just like that.
It could happen. Yeah,
could
I mean,
happen.
that's a good
That's
take.
my take. I think
That's
Bud
a
is.
good take.
I think Bud is like Bernard Hopkins to me right now. To me, I think he comes from that cloth.
Grump, what are we thinking?
I'm gonna go Bud, bro. Just
Okay.
because I'm gonna go Bud. It's gonna be a war either way, I think. I like they said, dude, Bud's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
I think
He does.
it is what it is.
Aymani.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bud too. I think he's just gonna show us what greatness looks like. And I understand the fact that, the task is tall, that he's, ahead of, but typically whenever fighters do something when it comes to like going up in weight, like even though it's a different sport, John Jones, for example, whenever he went to heavyweight, he took a certain amount of time off before he actually ended up competing in the heavyweight division. Bud has no experience, like, has been said in here. Like, it's just, there's a lot of things against him. He's meeting Canelo at a weight that, he's actually taken time and actually fought in and competed in competitively. But Bud is just, he's throwing himself into deep water. And I think that this is just going to show more credibility in his resume when it comes to, he is a all-time great, and that's what he's trying to put out there. Like, even though he might not have the greatest of resumes, I think that he still is a great caliber fighter. And I don't think that I don't believe that Bud is a defensive savvy genius or anything like that. But I think that in this fight, he's going to be defensively sound, and I think that he's going to try to come in with a game plan that's going to tax stamina for Canelo in the later rounds. That's going to enhance his counter striking for the later rounds. And even though he's not a Floyd Mayweather, I still think that there's things that he could learn from that specific fight that he could utilize in the fight against Canelo, even though that was a while ago. So I think Bud ultimately gets the win by decision.
Right. And Bacon, partner, how do you have this fight?
Oh, tough one, tough one. I like them both, but given everything, I like the underdog. I believe in Bud. I think Bud may surprise everybody. I think he will surprise people. So yeah, I'm putting it all on Bud.
All right. So I am the lone Canelo in stone here.
But that's okay, man. This is what we here.
I mean, I gave it both takes. You feel me for both of them. I don't know what's gonna happen.
There's definitely a route to
Like,
victory for everyone.
I don't know what's gonna happen on this one, boy. Can't even call it.
But if Crawford does win, I will put him as like top 3.
Oh yeah. He's got
For sure.
Easily,
For
if he
sure.
wins, he's gonna be an instant legend.
And that can't be debated.
Instant
that just
legend.
can't be debated.
And I think he'd be better than Mayweather's win.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
I definitely think so. Yes.
My thing is whenever it comes to Bud specifically, people keep talking about how old he is because he's older than Canelo. But the thing is that Canelo has more mileage technically than Bud, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he started when he was 15.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he definitely has some more mileage.
Yeah. So
started pro when he was 15.
So I think that even though Bud is a little bit older than Canelo, like I said before, I think Canelo has started showing he doesn't have the reaction time that he used to have. He's a great pressure fighter, come forward fighter, good feints, decent jab. He has all the qualities to be able to win this fight and execute. But I think that because Bud is who he is, he's gonna show everybody, like I said before, what greatness is. And I think Bud has all the capabilities in the world to be able to perform at a high level and secure the victory against Canelo, even though he's a little bit older.
Oh, all will be revealed on September 13th.
Yes, sir.
Everyone will have availability to it. You know, we're blessed to have a match of this magnitude that's not pay-per-view. So I mean, most people have Netflix. If they don't, they got a buddy that does. So of course we'll all be tuning in, and it has an amazing undercard as well. But we don't have enough time to dig into that, unfortunately. I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight's Talk the Walk. I am DT Elam, along with Bacon and Grits, and our special guest tonight with Estevan the Blender. Really appreciate you joining us, along with Grumpy, Yusuf Q, and Aymani from the undercard on Sunday. Guys, have a great night.
Yes, sir.
All right, you too.
care.
Thank you, guys.
Esteban,
Y'all have a good one.
Yo.
how did you hear about me?
Oh, I know you're on the Facebook group. I be seeing some of your stuff on the Facebook group. Yeah. I know you. I know, bro. I know everybody.
Burger's been around for a while.
Yeah. I know you.
If you can walk the walk, don't talk the talk. If you can walk the walk, don't talk the talk. If you can walk the walk, don't talk the talk. If you can walk the walk, don't talk the talk. If you can walk the walk, don't talk the talk. If you can walk the walk, don't talk the talk. If you can walk the walk, don't talk the talk. If you can walk the walk.